imagine this. You're strolling through Greenwich Village in the 1990s, coffee in hand, when you pass a hunched old man mumbling to himself in a bathrobe. You think, poor guy's lost his marbles.
What you don't realize
is that you just walked past one of the most powerful mafia bosses in America.
His name was Vincent Louis Gigante. To the FBI, he was the most powerful mafia boss in America. To his neighbors in Greenwich Village, he was just the oddball in slippers, mumbling nonsense on Sullivan Street.
But to the world of organized crime, he was the chin, the bathrobe don, the odd father.
Welcome back to The Curious Past. I'm Shan.
And I'm Danny. Today we're diving into the chilling world of Vincent Chin Gigante, the undisputed boss of the Genovese crime family.
For decades, he was known as the Oddfather, a criminal mastermind who played the role of a madman so convincingly he almost fooled the entire justice system.
We're pulling back the bathrobe to reveal the man beneath the madness. Was he truly crazy, or the greatest actor the underworld ever produced? Let's find out.
Long before he ran the Genovese crime family, Vincent Gigante was in the ring, literally. Born on March 29, 1928, to Italian immigrants in New York City, Vincent started his career throwing punches, not orders.
As a professional light heavyweight boxer from 1944 to 1947, the Chin fought 25 bouts and won 21 of them.
But his most significant fight wouldn't be in Madison Square Garden. It would be in the back alleys of the American Mafia.
By the 1950s, Gigante had left the ring behind and slipped into a darker arena. He became an enforcer for the Luciano crime family, soon to be known as the Genovese family.
With his three brothers, Mario, Pasquale, and Ralph also joining the mob, the Gigantes became a family within a family. Only one brother, Louis, would resist the pull of the underworld, becoming a priest and a city councilman instead.
In 1957, Vincent made his bones in dramatic fashion, pulling the trigger in a failed assassination attempt on mob boss Frank Costello.
Though Costello survived, the message was clear and he stepped down. The hit wasn't successful, but it handed power to Vito Genovese and earned Vincent a promotion.
2 years later, both Gigante and Genovese were convicted on heroin trafficking charges. Vincent served 5 years and came out not just a soldier, but a captain.
Through the 60s and 70s, Gigante climbed the ranks in quiet fashion. He ran his crew from the Triangle Civic Improvement Association in Greenwich Village, a social club with less charity and more concrete boots.
But Vincent wasn't just climbing, he was evolving.
In 1981, he became boss of the Genovese family, but in classic mob misdirection, he let Anthony Fat Tony Salerno pose as boss, acting as the lightning rod for law enforcement.
It worked. When Salerno was convicted in the commission trial of 1986, the feds thought they had the Genovese leader behind bars.
But they were wrong.
Vincent Gigante was still in charge, communicating with lieutenants through whispered conversations in bathrooms, never using phones, and demanding total silence around his name. Genovese family members were forbidden to say Vincent aloud. They just tapped their chin.
But what really threw off the FBI wasn't Vincent's silence, it was his act.
Beginning in the late 60s, Gigante began feigning mental illness. He wandered Greenwich Village in a bathrobe and slippers, muttering to himself. He checked into psychiatric hospitals over 24 times.
To the world, he was a madman. But to the Mafia, he was a mastermind.
In 1986, Gigante ordered a car bomb hit on John Gotti. The plan failed. Gotti skipped the meeting, but his underboss Frank DeSico didn't. he died instantly.
When Gotti was finally convicted in 1992, Gigante became the undisputed king of the American underworld, the last of the old-school mafia bosses still standing.
The FBI knew who he was, they just couldn't prove a damn thing. They wiretapped, followed him, got snitches, all of it led back to this shambling old man muttering about aliens in his bathrobe.
One agent famously said, "I feel like I'm trying to catch Kisa Soze in a bathrobe."
In 1990, the federal government indicted Gigante for racketeering. He showed up to court in pajamas, muttering incoherently.
For 7 years, legal battles raged over whether he was competent to stand trial. His defense? He was mentally unfit. After all, Vincent had spent over 3 decades pretending to be mentally ill to avoid prosecution.
Let's just say, if Oscars were handed out to mobsters, Gigante deserved a Lifetime Achievement Award in method acting.
He even had over 25 psychiatrists testify that he was too insane to stand trial. But witnesses, including mob turncoats like Sammy the Bull Gravano, testified that Gigante was sharp as ever behind closed doors.
In 1997, after years of cat and mouse and about 10 million in tax dollars chasing a guy in a bathrobe, the FBI finally got their prize.
The Shin was finally convicted of racketeering and murder conspiracy. The judge, citing his age and frailty, sentenced him to 12 years. But even behind bars, he remained the boss, passing orders through his son, Andrew.
In 2003, faced with overwhelming evidence and facing new charges of obstruction of justice, Vincent finally dropped the act. He confessed that the insanity was all a ruse.
For this, he got another 3 years added to his existing sentence. And that was that. "The joke is over," said the U.S. attorney. "Vincent Gigante was a clever fraud."
On December 19, 2005, Vincent Chin Gigante died in the U.S. Medical Center for Federal Prisoners in Missouri. He was 77.
His death marked the end of an era of suits and silencers, of codes and cunning, of a mafia boss who beat the system for decades by pretending he couldn't understand it.
Vincent Chin Gigante stands as one of the most enigmatic figures in Mafia history. Was he a truly deranged individual who happened to stumble into power? Or was he a tactical genius, a criminal savant who recognized the ultimate disguise, appearing utterly harmless?
His ability to maintain such a sophisticated deception for so long is truly astonishing, a testament to his sheer will and cunning. He literally weaponized eccentricity, making him untouchable by the very laws he routinely shattered.
The Oddfather was more than just a boss. He was a character straight out of a bizarre crime novel, a living legend who blurred the lines between sanity and a calculated, terrifying genius.
Even now, some people still think he was crazy, and maybe he was, or maybe, just maybe, he was the smartest man in the room the whole time.
What's your take on Vincent Gigante? Was he a madman, a genius, or a terrifying combination of both? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
If you found this journey into madness and mobsters as fascinating as we did, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more twisted tales from the shadows of history.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious.